Shalom, shalom. This is your brother Abanaya coming to you with another lesson. But first, we give all honor, all glory, all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostle, prophet, and teachers of Great Millstone who rule well, who are the true servants of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai on the earth today. In our lesson today, we will be going in to show you that a lot of these camps love to preach the law, but they don't keep the law. And we're dealing with one camp in particular right now because they are one of the more popular camps that has a very large following. Now, I'm not addressing it because we are envious of their following. It's because they are hypocrites. And the scriptures say, mark them that cause division contrary to the doctrine. Doctrine is important. And we were told to have certain behaviors in conduct in our dress code. Right? So, going to go into these pictures here that I have here. Salakia. Let's start here. Now, these are members of the IUIC camp. And what you're noticing, gentlemen have lineups. They're rounding the corner of their head. This is their bishop. One who loved to preach about wearing your fringes and following the law. And here he is breaking the law because this is condemned in the law. Look at them, look at them. Taking lineups. This is strictly forbidden. This is a heathen custom. This is not a custom in Israel. Look at these men. Lineups. Pulling their heads. Look at it. What are you seeing it? And this is the top brass of IUIC with their leader, Nathaniel. Now, if they love to go into the law and they love to speak about fringes, did they forget the law that speak about this being condemned? Did they forget that law? Let's go to the scripture. Let's go to Numbers. Go into the book of Numbers, chapter 15 and verse 38. This is the scripture they love to quote for those passing on the street, right? And nothing is wrong with it. Nothing is wrong with it whatsoever. We are commanded to do this. And it says, and Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generations, and that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue. And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it, and remember all the commandments, keyword, remember all the commandments of Yahweh, and do them, and that ye seek not after your own heart, and your own eyes, after which ye used to go whoring, that ye may remember and do all my commandments and be holy unto your power. So this is law. This is commanded of us. So teaching about wearing fringes is not wrong. We support that. This is part of the scripture. This is part of the doctrine. What we are against is when you choose parts of the law to preach and parts you choose to ignore, and yet parts that you want to reform. So, teaching wearing fringes, that is good. That is lawful. Right? Let's go to another scripture. This is Matthew chapter 23 and verse 5. We're going to Matthew 23 and verse 5. So the fringes supposed to cause you to remember, when you look upon them, remember all the commandments of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, and to do them. It says, Let's start from verse 1, right? And we go up to verse 5. It says, Then spake Yahushua to the multitude and his disciples, saying, The scribes and Pharisees sit in Moses' seat. What does it mean to sit in Moses' seat? Simply means they are ruling over the children of Israel. They are occupying the positions of leadership to be teaching and leading and guiding the house of Israel. The scribes and Pharisees sit in Moses' seat. All therefore whatsoever they bid you observe, that observe and do. But do all therefore whatsoever they bid you observe, that observe and do. But do not ye after their works, for they say and do not. So they're telling you to do something lawful that is within the law, do it. You ought to do it. But don't follow them after their works, because they're teaching the law, but they don't keep the law. For they bind heavy burdens and grievous to be borne, and lay them on men's shoulders, but they themselves will not move with one of their fingers. So they keep putting on your throat the law. Wear your fringes, you have to wear this, you have to do this, you have to do that. But they're neglecting the other aspects of the law that apply to all as well, even themselves. So they're picking certain laws to teach and certain laws to reject. But all their works they do for to be seen of men. They make broad their phylacteries and enlarge the borders of their garments. And what do we put at the border of our garments? The fringes with the ribbons of blue. The phylacteries, see if I could pull it up. These are the phylacteries here. That strap around their hand and that little black object around the head. And they would have scripts from the law contained in it. So these things were used as a reminder, only seeing it as a reminder to keep the law. They say phylacteries, called tefillin in Hebrew, was worn by observant Jewish men. Now we know it is not speaking about Jewish men. Jewish men is not the real Israelites. We're speaking about Jews. Jew men, each weekday morning during prayer. A reminder. 2 small leather boxes contain verses from the first books of the Bible. Boxes are attached to leather straps, and you see in the picture here. See, they're wearing it on their hand, they're wearing it on their forehead as a reminder to keep the law. Right? This is the purpose of it, as you could see. Right? So the Jews, the Pharisees, and the scribes used to use this, and they love to make it broad. They love it to be noticed. They want everybody to view them as pious men. Men who following after the law perfectly. When in actuality, they break the law more than anyone else. So while breaking the law, they teach and enforce the law that others should follow it. And follow it without error and without fail. And so too, this is what IUIC does. IUIC is a camp of Pharisees, scribes and Pharisees. And it is evident to those who have the eyes to see. Let's go to Matthew chapter 5 and verse 19. Matthew 5 and verse 19. It says, Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments, and shall teach men so, he shall be called least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. Verse 20. For I say unto you that except your righteousness shall exceed the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees, ye shall not, in no case, enter into the kingdom of heaven. And Bishop Nathan, his whole camp is nothing but a camp of scribes and Pharisees. They teach certain aspects of the law while neglecting others. And they teach men to follow it as they do it. So remember, there's an old statement that say, do as I say but not as I do. They're teaching the opposite. Do as I say and follow as I do. So what you see me doing, you do it too. So when they're receiving the condemnation, you know what? You're going to receive it too. Why? Because they're teaching you to break commandments. Right? And taking lineups and cutting your hair and lining up your beard and stuff, that is strictly prohibited. Let us go to Matthew chapter 15 and verse 9. Matthew 15 and verse 9. Let's start from verse 7. Ye hypocrites, well did Esaias prophesy of you, saying, This people draw it nigh unto me with their mouth, and honor it me with their lips, but their heart is far from me. But in vain do they worship me, teaching for doctrine the commandments of men, and taking lineups in your hair, around your head and your beard, that is a commandment of men. Heathens do that stuff. But you're seeing men who know they are Israelites, who profess to teach the law, breaking what is actually contained in the law. So what does that make you? It makes you a hypocrite. Let us go to John 14:21. John 14 and verse 21. It says, He that had my commandments and keepeth them, he it is that loveth me. And he that loveth me shall be loved of my Father, and I will love him and will manifest myself to him. So you notice, for you to be loved by Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, you have to do what? You have to keep his commandments. Then Yahushua said, if you love me, keep my commandments. And not taking lineups of your head, your hairline, and your beard is prohibited. And when you do such things that is expressly forbidden in the law, in actuality, you don't love Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. IUIC and all these other camps who follow like them are carnal camps. Camps that are not spiritual. These camps exist to please and entice the senses. So they're going to be focusing on doing the things to make them acceptable before men. If there was enforcing the policy or the rules expressed in the commandments not to shave your beard, not to line up, not to wear dreadlocks and all of that, you think the membership would have been so big? No, chances are it would not have. Not if the whole itinerary and the mission statement is that unite all Israel. All Israel wouldn't unite under that banner where they're feeling restricted. Remember, Jakes are fashionable people and they love to look fashionable in this system. So IUIC is the camp that offers that choice where you could be in the truth as they say, but still be fashionable with it. And Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is going to destroy these niggers. Because why? They are adding and taking away. They are breaking the law, while on the other hand, they're teaching enforcement of the law. That is being a hypocrite. That is being lukewarm. Luke chapter 1 and verse 6 says, And they are both righteous. Let's start from verse 1. I want to see something here. It says Luke chapter 1, right? For as much as many have taken in hand to set forth in order a declaration of those things which are most surely believed among us, even as they delivered them unto us, which from the beginning were eyewitnesses and ministers of the word. It seemed good to me also, having had perfect understanding of all things, from the very first to write unto you in order, most excellent Theophilus, that thou mayest know the certainty of these things which wherein thou hast been instructed. These was in the days of Herod, the king of Judea, a certain priest. There was in the days of Herod, the king of Judea, a certain priest named Zacharias, of the course of Abia, and his wife was of the daughters of Aaron, and her name was Elizabeth. They were both righteous before the Most High, walking in all commandments and ordinances of the Lord blameless. So do you think Zacharias, John the Baptist's father, took lineups? Did you think he lined up a corner of his head and his beard? No, he didn't. You think Zacharias taught parts of the law? Or did he teach the whole law? Did you think Zacharias followed certain of the laws, certain laws that he liked, and reject the others? No, he didn't. Scripture says he walked in all the commandments and ordinances before the Lord blameless. And we are called today to be priests of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Are we under the same mandate? Yes, we are. To walk blameless before Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, keeping all his commandments and ordinances. So this IUIC camp, are they doing so? No. They're teaching for doctrine the commandments of men. Having their membership believe it's okay. You could be in the truth and still be fashionable. You could be in the truth and still have the fun that those of the world have. This is why for Passover they just have fashion shows and meet and greet, dating scene, hookup kind of stuff. This is why their leader comes in on a goddamn horse as if he's somebody special and important. Let's go to Leviticus now. We go into the law. Leviticus 19 and verse 27. Leviticus chapter 19 and verse 27. It says, Ye shall not round the corners of your heads, neither shalt thou mar the corner of thy beards. Do not round the corners of your head, nor mar the corners of your beard. So let us go into that. Let us go into the, right? So this is Leviticus 19:27, right? It says, Ye shall not round. So let's go into that. It's an outline biblical usage to strike off, right? To go around, to compass, round about, to go around, encompass, enclose, to make the round complete the circuit, to make round off, right? Strong's definition. You're seeing to strike with more or less violence, beat, fell, corrode, by implication of attack, to knock together, that is, surround or circulate, compass about, cut down, destroy, go round about, enclose round. So this going into your hairline. And what do you do with your hairline? Remember, your hair do not grow at one level, one length. So where your hairline is, you're going to have some hair longer than some. So what do? They try to get all in a perfect line, perfect symmetry, going straight around the head. From one point, coming wrong and connecting at the other point. Right? So the corners, let's go into what the corners are. Corner, that is the Hebrew word you see in it there. Peor. That's
Strong's H 6285. Peor.
right. It means, you see in the outline biblical usage, the corner, the edge, the side, the quarter, the extremity. So where you put in your hair, your line up, that will be known as the extremity of your hairline. Your hair, the length in which your hair grow, or the distance in which your hair grow, or the point in which your hair grow up to. So what do they seek to do? They seek to have everything on one nice, neat, clean level. Right? So the corners of your head. It means the head, the top, the summit, the upper part, the chief, the total, the sum, the height, the front, the beginning. The beginning. Everybody have a beginning point where the hair starts going back. And what they're doing, they're lining that up. That is strictly prohibited. It said, Thou shalt not mar. What does it mar? Mean to mar. To destroy, to corrupt, to go to ruin, to decay, to be mad, be spoiled, be corrupted, be corrupt, be injured, be ruined, be rotted. You see the other definitions there. So let's go down to Strong's definition. Primary root to decay, that is causatively ruin, literally or figuratively, batter, cast off, corrupt, corrupter, thing, destroy, destroyer, destruction, loose, mar, perish, spoil, spill, utterly waste. So when you remove your hairline and you trim the edges of your beard and stuff like that, you are committing sin. You are transgressing the law. And we went into the Blue Letter Bible. Now let's read it in the NLT. It says, do not trim off the hair on your temples or trim your beard. Right? So do not trim off the hair on your temples. It's not just only cutting off the beard that connects to the hair on the temple, you know. It's also lining it up. These things are expressly forbidden. Let's just go to Leviticus 21 and verse 5. It says, they shall not make baldness upon their head. So it is prohibited to also shave your head bald. Neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard, nor make any cuttings in their flesh. So you going to line up your beard, you are actually cutting off from your beard. And that is a sin. It is condemned in the law. So IUIC, led by Bishop Nate and his other so-called generals, they are teaching lawlessness. They are no different from the Christian church. The Christian church is teaching the laws are done away with. IUIC and other camps who carry that same mindset, they are teaching that certain laws are okay to break and certain laws you must keep. And therein lies the hypocrisy of that movement. They worship and honor Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai with the lips and with the mouth, but their heart is far from him. This is your brother Abaniah. I hope this lesson was edifying. Until the next lesson, Shalom.